Hello, everyone. I'm your host of Legends Lost to Violence, Tabitha Gary Beckley. I'm the daughter of the legendary Mabentini Hodges, the love and happiness man himself, who not only co-wrote the song, but he also played that famous guitar lick that starts the song off. We're here tonight to light the night for legends and loved ones who've lost their lives to violence. Tonight we're honoring legends that lost their lives in the month of April, but we're honoring loved ones as well that people have chosen to honor on this night. Let's light the night. Again, welcome to Legends Lost to Violence. Our monthly virtual event, the last Friday of every month from 7 until 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Here on our YouTube channel, we're campaigning to R.I.P, Relent in Peace. 1 hour, 1 night, once a month. The last Fridays in every month. We light the night in honor of legends lost to violence that have been featured on our channel this month, as well as loved ones lost to violence that are being honored by those who love them and have chosen to honor them this month, April 2022. Again, I'm your host, Tabitha Gary Beckley. FYI, this is not a religious candle burning ceremony. I repeat, this is not a religious candle burning ceremony. Nor are we burning candles to the dead. And we are not communicating with the deceased as well. We're burning candles to represent the light of legends and loved ones that was put out due to violence. That is their light that they were when they were in the world. That light that was put out of the world, their very existence. This is my cry for all to R.I.P. The new R.I.P. is no longer rest in peace. We're calling to relent in peace. Relent means to abandon, to pull back, to change one's mind. And we're asking that we all do so in peace. Yes, relent in peace, the new R.I.P. No longer can we even express R.I.P. as rest in peace because due to the constant perpetuated violence, there is no rest in peace for the dead nor for the living right now. Tonight, each candle burned will be honoring our featured legends who passed away in the month of April, as well as loved ones lost to violence who are being honored. Plus, we're including Nipsey Hussle, who passed away in the month of March. And we're also including the Ukraine-Russia war victims. Our channel rolled out on March 30th of this year with a video calling for a moment of silence to pray for the Ukraine-Russia war and the remnant. Then the following day, March 31st, we honored legend Ermias Joseph Nipsey Hussle Ashkedom's light being put out of the world. Thus, the reason we will be honoring them during tonight's event. Tonight, we will honor the Ukraine-Russia war victims, Ermias Joseph Ashkedom, a.k.a. Nipsey Hussle, Marvin Gaye, that's Marvin Gaye as we know him, the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Deshaun Dupree Holton, a.k.a. Proof, Roger Troutman, and Jill Dando. Those are the legends that we will be featuring tonight. But the loved ones that we're honoring and featuring tonight also included are Donald D. Baby Benton, Theotis Pitchford, and Marco Gilmore. Let's get into a few facts about this month's featured legends and loved ones lost to violence. Tonight we start by honoring the Ukraine-Russia war victims. We burn a candle for your lights that have been taken away from this world. On February 10th, 2022, a brutal assault on Ukraine started at the hands of Russian authorities, and it continues to today, April 29th, 2022. This war has claimed and is claiming countless innocent victims, scores of casualties, and an immeasurable number of evacuees and refugees near and far to their homeland. Let us pause for a moment of silence for the Ukraine-Russia war victims and the remnant thereof. Next, we honor Ermias Joseph Askedon, aka Nipsey Hussle. We burn a candle for your light, Nipsey, that was taken from the world. A star was born August 15th, 1985. Rapper Ermias Joseph Askedon, aka Nipsey Hussle, as we know him, was a self-proclaimed prolific entrepreneur and neighborhood advocate of the neighborhood where he grew up in Los Angeles. Born in Los Angeles, California, Nipsey Hussle was the son of a California native and an Eritrean immigrant. After visiting his father's homeland of Eritrea, he became more enlightened to the needs of the peoples and communities around him, which therefore catapulted his philanthropy. Nipsey was also an actor and composer. He was a multi-Grammy Award winner, and he's featured in more music collaborations than I could number. Did you know the name Nipsey Hussle was homage to the late comedian Nipsey Hussle? His light went out on March 31st, 2019 at the age of 33. He was shot to death in Los Angeles, California, on site of his Marathon clothing store. Let's pause for a moment of silence for Nipsey Hussle. Next, we honor Marvin Gaye. We burn a candle for your light that was taken from the world, Marvin. A star was born April 2nd, 1939. Marvin Gaye, as we know him, was a world-renowned recording artist and balladeer who gained notoriety for his love ballads as well as his ballads for peace. He scored countless charting singles on the R&B and pop charts, as well as achieved gold and platinum album sales statuses. Add to his list of achievements multiple Grammy wins and Grammy nominations. Marvin also captured the NAACP Image Award, became inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and got his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. According to one source, he obtained 83 studio single recordings, 25 studio recorded albums, 24 music compilations with other artists, 4 live in-concert recordings, and his music has been sampled by many. Did you know Marvin trained with the Detroit Lions but did not make the tryouts? His light went out April 1st, 1984 at the age of 44. He was shot to death in Los Angeles, California by his father. Let's pause for a moment of silence for Marvin Gaye. Next, we honor Martin Luther King Jr., the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. We burn a candle for your light that was taken from the world. A star was born January 15th, 1929. The Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., as we know him, was and is the most celebrated man of our times. He became so admired for his many sacrifices and hardships on behalf of the civil rights movement and the human rights of all mankind. Martin entered college at the age of 15 and was a graduate of Morehouse University before receiving his doctorate degree from Boston University. He was a stealth promoter of nonviolence and the recipient of innumerable awards, including the Nobel Peace Prize. Martin would go on to co-pastor the Ebenezer Baptist Church alongside his father. Not many years after Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated, his mother would suffer the same fate at the church he had once co-pastored alongside his father, having been killed while playing the piano during Sunday morning service. Did you know Michael King Jr. was Martin Luther King Jr.'s name at birth? His light went out April 4th, 1968, at the age of 39. He was shot to death in Memphis, Tennessee, outside the Lorraine Motel turned Civil Rights Museum. Let's pause for a moment of silence for the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King. Next, we honor Deshaun Dupree Holton, a.k.a. Proof. Proof, we burn a candle for your light that was taken from the world. A star was born October 2nd, 1973. Deshaun Holton, Proof as we know him, was a rapper, an actor, a composer, an independent record label owner. He was a very close childhood friend of the rapper Marshall Mathers, Eminem as we know him. Proof was cast in two separate roles in one movie, 8 Mile, a film that was loosely written around the life of his friend rapper Eminem. Deshaun was also instrumental in forming the rap group D12, standing for Dirty Dozens, and became known as one of the inventors of battle rap. According to one source, he has 1 composer credit, 8 acting credits, and 8 soundtrack credits. He also has numerous self-documented documentary and video releases. Did you know Proof's dad, McKinley Jackson, was a renowned Detroit music producer in the 1970s? His light went out April 11, 2006 at the age of 32. He was shot to death in Detroit, Michigan at a nightclub on 8 Mile. Let's pause a moment for a moment of silence for Deshaun Dupree Holton, a.k.a. Proof. Next, we honor Roger Troutman. We burn a candle for your light, Roger, that was taken from the world. A star was born November 29, 1951. Roger Troutman, as we know him, was a musical genius in his own right. Not only was he a singer, writer, producer, and arranger, he was also a multi-instrumentalist. He played guitar, bass guitar, keyboards, the flute, the vibraphone, and the harmonica. And he also used the talk box. He perfected his sound. Roger founded the band Zapp, whose music has been profoundly sampled by countless artists. He even began organizing parties at the age of 13. According to one source, Roger has 12 singles, 4 albums, 9 features, 4 soundtrack credits, and more guest appearances and samples of his music by other artists than we could possibly count. Did you know Roger made the talkbox famous, which computerizes vocals? His light went out April 25th, 1999 at the age of 47. He was shot to death in Dayton, Ohio by his brother. Let's pause a moment and take a moment of silence for the light that went out of the world of Roger Chapman. Next, we honor Jill Wendy Dando. Jill, we burn a candle for your light that was taken from the world. A star was born November 9th, 1961. Jill Dando, as we know her, was a journalist in many aspects. She was a news reader for radio. She was a news reporter. She was even a print journalist. She trained as a reporter for her local newspaper, where her father and brother worked also. Up until her death, Jill was co-host of Crime Watch BBC. The Jill Dando Center was created in her honor at Weston College, where she studied previously. Did you know Jill was a devout Baptist? Her light went out April 26, 1999, a day after Roger Troutman's, at the age of 37. She was shot to death in Fulham, London, UK. Her death is still unsolved. Let's take a moment to pause for the life and light that was taken from the world, Jill Dando. That concludes the legends that we'll honor tonight, and we now will honor the loved ones of those who are honoring tonight, their loved ones that lost their lives to violence. We start by honoring Donald D. Baby Benton of Memphis, Tennessee. At the time of his death, Donald was 19 years old. He was the father of 2 and from a close-knit family of 9. He was lost to violence in 1996. His murder is unsolved. Let's take a moment to pause for the life and light of Donald D. Baby Benton that was taken from the world to violence in Memphis, Tennessee. Next, the loved one lost to violence that we're honoring is Theotis Pitchford of Memphis, Tennessee also. At the time of his death, Theotis was 25 years old. He was a father of 3 and very kind-hearted. He was lost to violence in 2017. His murder is unsolved. Let's take a moment and pause for the light and life that was taken from the world of Theotis Pitchford, Memphis, Tennessee. And we now honor our loved one lost to violence, Marco Gilmore of Memphis, Tennessee. Marco was the father of 3, and Marco was loved by his neighborhood. He was lost to violence in 2012. His murder is unsolved. Let us pause a moment for the light and life that was taken from the world of Marco Gilmore of Memphis, Tennessee. Again, tonight we honor the Ukraine-Russia war victims. Ermias Joseph Askedon, a.k.a. Nipsey Hussle, Marvin Gaye, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Deshaun Dupree Holton, a.k.a. Proof, Roger Troutman, Jill Dando, Donald D. Baby Benton, Theotis Pitchford, and Marco Gilmore. Let us pause for a moment of silence to R.I.P. Relent in peace. Everyone, take a few moments to just relax and release every anxiety. Be anxious for nothing. Truly R.I.P. Relent in peace. Relent from stress. Relent from mess. Relent from expectations. Relent from frustrations. Relent from anxiety. Relent from inhumanity. Relent from unforgiveness. Relent from lasciviousness. Relent from accusations. Relent from negative situations and conversations. Relent from offending. Relent from pretending. Let us all be a piece of the peace and pass a piece of peace on to everyone you come in contact with. Yes, truly R.I.P. Relent in peace. Withdraw, do an about face, and seek to be the love that you seek. Please join us here the last Friday of every month from 7 until 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Let me repeat that. Please join us here the last Friday of every month from 7 until 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, lighting the night for legends and loved ones lost to violence. The candles you can purchase on the website at legendslosttoviolence.com. We'll put your loved one's name on it. We'll burn it for you during that month. There's a deadline to purchase in the dates and something like that on the website. But in order to get it in by the month, everything done on that month, during that month, it doesn't matter whether your loved ones transition during said month or not. But we'll put your loved ones' names on the candles. As you see, we'll burn their candles with the legends, and we will, at the end of everything, we will send them to you free of charge. Shipping is free. It's a $25 fee for everything to get the candles, the burning, the everything, and get it shipped to you. Also on our website, we have a $2 raffle, and you get $40 in products, products. And also there's a $1 monthly membership fee. And that you can pay, that you can sign up for a membership fee. The $1 membership fee monthly gets you automatically in the $2 raffle. So that's a no-brainer. And the donations, the membership is going toward donations. It's really considered a donation. It's to, we're planning on lighting the night live and in person, having an actual live event in a year, like annually. So this is our first month doing this. So the end of March 2023 or the end of April 2023, it'll be decided. Our event coordinators, the special event coordinators, will decide exactly when that will be. Mr. and Mrs. Christopher and April Benton. But again, we invite you to not only come back to the channel and just spread the word to R.I.P. Relent in Peace. Especially if it could be the last thing you tell someone that's heated, that it have something else going on, they just can't see clear right now. The last thing you say to them is R.I.P. Relent in Peace. And we need to pass the word on to Relent in Peace. Tonight's Light the Night event was sponsored by Anointed Prayer Bling. The 2 decorated candles on the end of the R.I.P. Relent in Peace candles, they were donated by Anointed Prayer Bling. They're courtesy of Anointed Prayer Bling. So were the other crosses that you could see at the beginning of the video on the sides of the wall. AnointedPrayerBling.com. Check them out for some of your daily spiritual needs. They have decorated crosses, communion cups, and lighted centerpiece trees, and these decorated candles. There's so much on there. And check out their website, AnointedPrayerBling.com. I want to leave you with this, even though we're not through lighting the night. We're almost 30 minutes in. The last 30 minutes, there will be just a time of silence. But I'd like to leave you with this. There was a time when we were in total disbelief to violence and murder. Now it seems to be common and unrelenting. In the words of our dear brother Marvin Gaye, what's going on? Yeah, what's going on? Can you tell me? I'll tell you what's going on. Unrelenting violence. No rest. No peace. So let's promote the new R.I.P. Relent in Peace. Like, share this video if you would. Comment if you like. And don't forget to relent in peace. Stay tuned. See you soon. let's go in. Focus in closely on those who we're honoring tonight. R.I.P. Relent in peace. It's the new R.I.P. Relent in peace. And don't forget to be a piece of the peace. Again, tonight, we honor the Ukraine-Russia war victims. I didn't put that. Ermias Joseph Askedom, a.k.a. Nipsey Hussle. Marvin Gaye. Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Deshaun Dupree Holton, a.k.a. Proof. Roger Troutman. Jill Dando. Donald D. Baby Benton. Theotis Pitchford. And Marco Gilmore. You guys, we have 15 minutes left on the Light the Night event. Thanks to all of you who've stayed with us, who've stayed in the game, who've stayed in the cause of R.I.P. tonight, and that is relenting in peace. There's so much more to come. There's so much work to do. Remember to always be a piece of the peace. Pass it on. Tap into the best part of you. pass it on, spread it. At this point, no one no one has not been touched by violence. Let's say that. Whether we've actually experienced it ourselves or our close or distant relative, someone we learned about before we were even born. But it's time to really relent in peace. It really is. It's time to relent in peace, y'all. It's just time. It's time to relent in peace. No time like now. Just relent in peace. again. I'm your host, Tabitha Gary Beckley. Thanks for lighting the night with me. Thanks for joining me in R.I.P. and Relenting in Peace. Thanks for being a piece of the peace. Until we meet again, I look forward to seeing you again. Be blessed, and I know already that you are a blessing. Have a great night. Have a very good night. Have a good rest of this month. Have a good month next month. Have a good year. Remember to RIP, relent in peace, be a piece of the peace, and spread it. Spread the peace. God bless you. God bless yours. God bless the world. RIP. Relent in peace.